What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl. We are down here to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now, we're just going to talk because I didn't take notes and I don't want to watch it again to take notes because I've already watched it twice. I'll probably watch it again this weekend. Child, forgot. You know what? I don't, what's it comes on Thursdays and then it comes on Peacock on Fridays. So that's the reason why we are not getting any Real Housewives of Orange County. Real Housewives of Orange County is just going to be part of the conversation on our videos because I can't. It's too much because it doesn't matter. So, no. So we're gonna get Orange County in nothing to talk about. So go ahead while we're pulling up the New Jersey episode, the last episode, before we know if they're coming back or anything like that. We don't know. They're probably not going to start filming probably until late next year. Around this time next year, the crew is all broken up. No one is getting along, and they're going to have this last supper at the Rails in New Jersey. Um, all right, so the last episode, and I'm going to connect my Bluetooth so we don't have to hear it. So last night, my son and I went to go see Janae Aiko in concert last night. I took him, well, we went for our birthday because, my birthday is coming up in a few days. The 24th is my birthday. And then his birthday he's a Cancer. So his birthday is July. And so he was out of town for his birthday. So when he came back, I said, let's go. That's what we'll do. Um, yeah. And I just got the tickets at the end of July too. So yeah, and it was fun. He had a good time. Janae, I've raised him well. Janae Aiko is one of his favorite artists, so I've raised him well. Bryson Tiller is another one of his favorite artists, so I've raised him well. So he knows more Janae Aiko songs than I do, but I've been a Janae Aiko fan for a long time. Um, for a long motherfucking time now. So girl, we are down here and New Jersey. Yeah, we had a good time. I posted one picture to my stories on um Instagram. So that's what you're gonna get. That's it. That's what you're gonna get. Because he was shooting through his camera too, and I had to tell him, I was like, stop looking through the phone because you're here, right? And if you're recording it, that's fine. But you're here, you need to be here. You need to be here and now is the point. You don't watch it. If you're here, you're not gonna watch it through a second generation image, right? Through your phone. So he was like holding the phone like on his chest so he could actually watch it. So I'll see how his footage came out. So right now they're going through the recap of the season. So we're down at Rails. They're going to meet at Rails, but before that, they're going to have a few scenes before that. Let's skip the recap so we can get started. Overall, the episode was good. Marge is the reigning queen of the season. She really is. She really is. Everything like for everything from the beginning, the text message that she sent to Dolores to let her know that Jackie wasn't shit. Then she held on. Now I don't know, because Margaret is a sneaky little bitch, so I don't know if she said last week, right, that Vanessa, that's they kept bleeping her name out, but her name is Vanessa, is Louis' ex, that Jackie went to Vanessa's house. No, Vanessa went to Jackie's house. Yeah, Vanessa went to Jackie's house. And she saved that to this dinner, saying that she just learned about it last week. And even Melissa was like, that's some major shit. That's some major shit. Why you didn't say nothing? She was like, no, I just found it out last week. So I don't know if Margaret was holding on to that. But when I tell you, Jackie looked like she shit in her pants when Margaret said that at the dinner. They starting off here with Jennifer Fessler, Margaret. They going to Margaret's house. They're sitting down talking about the women and all of the situation going on with everyone. Did y'all notice that when Dolores arrived, because Dolores was out with the women, right? And this was she was at Teresa's house, and she was at Teresa's house, and this is where she was like, "Oh yeah, you've been involved with the with stuff coming out about Louis." And when I think about this, I'm thinking like, as soon as a person is married to a man on Housewives, the people are going to start digging on him. Um, People start to reach out to the women, right? To let them know, like, oh, look at this is so and so. Look at this. This is about so and so. Even Melissa in this episode said that Louis's niece, from his niece in law, I guess, I don't know, his niece, she saw Melissa at on the shore at a restaurant and was like, watch out for him, or be careful, or be very afraid, or something, some kind of warning that she was giving to her. Um, and to me, I feel like investigating Louis is par for the course. Things being said about Louis is par for the course. I'm not sure why Teresa believes that her soon, or at the time, soon to be ex-husband, I mean, soon to be girl, soon to be husband is um that he was weird, right? And people are going to do background. You should have done a background check on him. People are going to find out who he is. Now, if a woman is coming to Margaret and being like, yeah, I got stuff on Louis, after Louis investigated or before he investigated them, either or, somebody is going to be coming out about Louis, especially now that he is on one of the main cast members, one of the main members who believes that this show is hers. You are now partnered with that woman. You don't think anyone is going to be like, Teresa, let me tell you about this guy. You don't think any of the Yelp reviews are going to come out? And then you don't think that their Yelp reviews are going to be given to Marge? Do you know that nobody needs to go to Marge to go to the blogs about Louis? Nobody does. So this scapegoating Marge, and then what was crazy was Jackie. Jackie was sitting there the whole time, allowing Marge to be scapegoated. And I believe that Jackie tried to get on Teresa's side this year so that that kind of stuff wouldn't come out. I don't understand why Jackie thought, like, I'm like, Jackie is not smart. I don't know why Jackie thought it would be smart to align herself to Teresa. Bitch, when I tell you that bitch was on the wrong fucking team, you on the wrong team. And the only one, and when I tell you, the only one that was actually going back and forth, Teresa wasn't really doing any back and forth. She did have a couple of lines at the dinner. I was like, oh, okay, she had a couple. Somebody told her something to say, and she's taking it. And she says it. When she told Marge that she's full of shit, that's why she fucks the plumber. I was like, that was good. That was pretty good, Teresa. That was good, because the correlation between the plumber and clogged pipes, and it's beautiful. I'll fuck the plumber. I'll fuck the plumber. I'll fuck the plumber. And see, to me, I feel like you should say, and your husband is a scammer. Your husband is the type of guy that'll have a business one week and you'll walk into work next week and it'll just be phones on the floor. No desk, no nothing, just phones and wires and shit. That's what the kind of business your husband runs. See, and that's the only thing that I didn't understand why they weren't dragging Louis. But Margaret at the end was really trying to, I guess, say like, it don't have nothing to do with me. It wasn't me. I wasn't putting shit out. Bitch, let me tell you how Jackie got close to Teresa and was putting shit out about Teresa. And the way that she sat there and whether everybody act like, Teresa's stupid. Even fucking Jennifer Aiden was like, I don't think she's connecting what's happening here. And Melissa was like, okay, good, you know what's happening. That's pretty major that this woman sitting next to her had Louis' ex-girlfriend at the house and was saying it was because you were coming at Evan. but you still had her at your house. And now you sitting up trying to be buddy buddy. It was the way she put her hand on her shoulder when she was like, yes, you did come to my house. I was like, and then Teresa was like, it doesn't matter. And they were like, what? Now it's okay. Even in March, it's okay. Now it's okay. And okay, so now Margaret and Jennifer Fessler are at Margaret's house. They're talking about everything about Jennifer being Jackie Judas Goldschneider. Fessler is explaining to Margaret like what happened at Teresa's house, and she was like, I didn't, that Fessler didn't go. She was like, there was no bombs to be there's no bombs to be dropped. Margaret says, I don't run in the shadows, right? I stand on my shit. That's what I like, the girls who stand on their shit, like Kenya. Kenya doesn't run away. She stands on her shit. Margaret is another one. She doesn't run away. She stands on her shit. Heavenly is another one. She doesn't run away. She stands on her shit. Margaret was sitting on that stuff. I don't know how Margaret said she only found that information out last week. I just do not believe that. That's one thing. I was like, Margaret is my girl. Trout Mouth Margaret is my girl. But girl, you knew longer than a week. So Dolores is about to show up over Margaret's house, and she's just done over Teresa's house. But do you notice when she walks into Margaret's house, Margaret cleanses her? Do you notice that? Did y'all notice that? I bet y'all you didn't notice that. She didn't do it to Jennifer Aiden, but when motherfucking Black Dolores showed up, bitch, she was like, I gotta light the sage before you come in. You were at the devil's house. So Dolores gets there. They're eating ice cream. They're eating banana pudding, ice cream, cronuts. Cronuts are good. I had a cronut the other day. I would say about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I always say the other day, but it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was so good and so flaky and just so. It was so funny because I had it right after I got out of the dentist, because there's a little coffee shop right next to the dentist. I want to have my teeth cleaned, and then I went to the donut shop to get a cronut. It's right next door. I was like, why is this right next door? But they're so pretty. They have all kind of like little fancy cute donuts, but the cronut is so good because it's like flaky like a croissant, but it's really good. So now Dolores is over Margaret's house explaining to her what happened at the little gather. But we know that it was a dud, right? We know that Teresa thought she had a bazooka, but girl was like, she was like, and it was like, and it crashed right in front of her face and blew up in her face and blew up in her face. But Teresa has been blaming Margaret for releasing information on Louis. I think she was literally looking for a scapegoat. I don't believe that anybody needs Margaret to release anything on Louis. I really truly believe that Teresa just had a hair up her ass for. Margaret says all the stuff she's accused me for, I haven't done it. So now, so Margaret admits that she did meet with the woman after. What do you mean? Why would I talk to her? Fuck that. Fuck Teresa. She's like, Margaret, I don't know why you would talk to her. What do you mean? What do you mean why I would talk to Vanessa? Fuck Vanessa. Because Vanessa's issue is not with Teresa. Teresa, I'm going to tell y'all what y'all do with these fucking men. And they've mistreated the person before you, or two people before you, or every other person before you. And you get next to this man, and then you put on armor and take on all his battles. And then you take his word. So many. Teresa's not the only motherfucking woman who does this shit. You take on his word. You believe everything he said about the previous person. And you take on his grievances. And then you absorb his grievances, and look at you wasting away Teresa. Teresa is so Teresa was in better shape. Her body looked better. She looked like she was smaller even then. But when she did her bikini contest, bodybuilding, what do you call it? But bikini building, I don't know, a fitness contest she had. Where she, remember was Frank was training her. Her body was looking good. Now she's so skinny, and they were talking about her little butt. Yes. You know why? Because you have taken on his battles. And for what? And the truth is that this is the crazy part about it. The truth about these men, you're such a pick me that you ignore all of the things that have been told to you about him. You take it on. And the truth is, the motherfucker was really terrorizing these people. And it's like, how do you look now? Because if he was capable to do that to every person he's no longer with, y'all are not going to be, Louis and Teresa will not be together forever. Louis and Teresa will probably make it to up about 5 years, but Teresa is the type of person who will stay in a burning house and say everything is fine just so the community won't be like, see, bitch, I told you so. She will waste herself away because her ego to admit that Margaret was right. It wasn't Margaret, it was actually Jackie. And you are too chicken shit to admit, goddamn, I fucked up. You subpoenaed the wrong bitch, is what Margaret told her. And she told her just fucking right. So Dolores gets upset with Margaret because Margaret admits that she has talked to the woman after. She says she's never met her in person. She's seen her at events, and she says she wanted to validate all the Bodito stuff, and she validated it. You goddamn right. Everything they did to my son, you goddamn right. I'm doing an investigation. Anything you have on him, and Margaret said, absolutely, absolutely. So Dolores says she's tired of everything. She's tired of the whole thing. Margaret said, I would never hold a burn summit. And she's like, well, before the reunion, you held a burn summit. She said, thanks for not inviting me to that one, by the way. And she said, no, we did. Dolores gets upset and calls Margaret, see you next Tuesday, a lying see you next Tuesday. So I don't know if Dolores absorbed some of what was going on, but I don't know why Dolores doesn't think that it's okay for Margaret. Do y'all think it's okay for Margaret to go talk to Vanessa after the Bodito stuff? And to Dolores's point, why would Vanessa know about the Bodito stuff? Because Vanessa knows how Louis moves and operates. Not only that, Vanessa is a psychologist. Y'all know she's a therapist, right? I think she's a therapist. I think she's a therapist. But girl, so yeah, I'm going to her and asking her, and she's like, yeah, you need to be scared of him, or you should be afraid of him, because he looks like he's somebody who's very relentless. He looks like somebody that you have to tell him, okay, stop. So she got mad. So Dolores gets mad at Dolores gets mad at Margaret, because Margaret was like, I invited you to that. Everyone's coming to my house, and you said I don't do that shoe. She was like, you never said anything to me. You're a liar. You're a liar. Dolores was pissed, veins coming out her head. You never fucking told me that, because that's a fucking lie. It wasn't a serious meeting. It's a serious meeting that because it's something you telling me you did something you fucking didn't. Dolores was pissed. The Gorgas have a spaghetti sauce commercial. This spaghetti sauce by Rayo. Not the Gorgas having a commercial with their son, a spaghetti sauce commercial. Okay. What are you mad at me for? You never fucking lied. It wasn't a serious It wasn't a serious meeting. You said something and you fucking didn't. I knew nothing about that fucking shit because you're lying. I'm not lying. You said I'm gonna have people over. No, I said the girls are coming over. We're gonna do a reunion review. You never. On my kids. On my kids, I'm telling you. You never said we're gonna have a reunion review so you can come over. So what do y'all mean that? Because Margaret Margaret's like, why are you sitting down? Why are you leaving? She was like, why would you walk out on me? That's some real friendship. You see how she's doing her eyes? Why would you walk out on me? Like, for real, Dolores, are you about to do this right now? You didn't have that fucking conversation with me. When I tell you Dolores is cussing a storm, you got to watch it on uncensored. Dolores is cussing her out. She was like, I'm very offended. She was like, offended? You're lying to my fucking face. I am not lying. You had a conversation. I am not lying. I'm having a fucking really hard time with this right now, Margaret. It's not that serious. Jennifer Fessler is just sitting there like, she said, you were out to lunch with Teresa and Jennifer, and you never told me that you never were having everybody over for a reunion. So I don't understand what y'all were saying, that she was trying to make it seem like Dolores was a bad friend. She was like, I did tell you about it. So Margaret says she does remember telling Dolores about the reunion because they all went to Margaret's house last year. And to me, I feel like it's not a big deal that she gathered everybody, because this is the main character's man is investigating us. Yes, we need to be ready to take his ass down. He's investigating Fuda. He's investigating everybody. This is a man who came out of nowhere, literally a fan of. Here's Teresa once again with these fans. This fan, not all of a sudden, he's your boyfriend, and he's like, I'm going to investigate everybody, and he did. So for the fact that Margaret had a meeting before the reunion where they came at him, to me, I feel like it's actually warranted. I feel like if you didn't do that, you'd be a damn fool. So I would never call her a liar. Margaret was upset. She was like, I've never been called a liar. See you next Tuesday. She was like, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. She was like, I almost cried. Margaret's funny. She was like, I was almost going to cry. So the house burned to the ground. They said it wasn't the actual main house, but the house that Jennifer and Teresa were going to be in, the little garage house in the back, that is what burned down, not the main house. So they actually could have made accommodations. They actually just, I mean, I don't see how the house in the back that's, I don't know, 1,000 feet back. I don't know how far that house was, but it was so far back, and it's just like, so now they're hugging, Margaret and Dolores. She was like, I almost cried. So Dolores says they're going to have something at Rails, and that's going to be the last supper, and everybody can say what they need to say. Margaret says, I have a lot to say, but I'm going to be very calm about it. Because at that point, Margaret already knew. She already knew what was, but she didn't tell nobody. When I tell you, that is how you drop a bomb, bitch. I'm not going to tell nobody, to the point where everybody's going to be like, bitch, why you didn't tell us that you knew that about Jackie, girl? You held on to that? Yes, I did, because I wanted to say it so that everybody can be shocked, bitch. When everybody is at that table was like, you saw Jennifer Aiden, she was like, Jennifer Aiden was laughing. At that table, Jennifer Aiden was getting with Danielle. I'm sorry, she was getting with her. I don't know why Danielle wasn't like talking shit to her. So, anyways, Melissa, Rachel, and Danielle are here. John Fuda apparently doesn't have any allergies, so he wasn't allergic to the bone marrow. They're thinking that a sliver of the bone got into his throat when they were taking the shots. They were taking shots through bone marrow, through the bone marrow shots. So that's what they were taking. And yeah, he went for a full allergy panel, and he's negative for all our allergies. All right, so Danielle and Rachel and Melissa are sitting around eating for a little charcuterie board. So Danielle lets Rachel and Melissa know that the garage of the house that they were going to burnt down. And then she was like, you know how I told Jennifer I'm surprised this place hasn't burned down. She's like, but that damn house burned down. She was like, I wonder if it was her bedroom. It was the garage that they were supposed to be in. So now she's telling her about the powwow. Margaret has been trying to hurt the people. Okay, we could skip over Danielle with her father. Okay, everybody is getting ready. And then here's the scene with Teresa and Louis, where he says he wants Margaret to suffer. He wants Margaret's son to suffer. I actually think that Teresa marrying Louis was a huge mistake. She literally married a fan. And he's like Joe from You. I feel like he's that type of I feel like Louis Ruelas put himself in Teresa Giudice's path. You just met him randomly on the street and his sister has been to one of your book signings. Just like Teresa jumped into business with another fan. Apparently, namaste bitches ain't no more. That's what the word on the street is. She has a new podcast, again, I guess, and I'm not sure who keeps giving Teresa contracts to talk. That's what pisses me off about the podcast arena is that people are like people who actually have a talent of talking and keeping people engaged are not given microphones. You give microphones to people who are just on a television show. There's nothing about Teresa that says she has a grasp on long form conversations. I have never heard a fucking podcast with Teresa talking. I don't even know how anyone could actually listen to her talk for more than 15 minutes on a television show. A long form podcast, at least an hour of her talking about what? What are her insights on stuff? What? And what it and like I said on Twitter, I have never seen a man completely isolate a woman on television the way that Louis Ruelas has isolated Teresa. When he was going through every single person on the cast and telling her how she didn't need them around her, but now and Danielle said it doesn't seem like Teresa is in a space where it's like it's calm, said this namaste bitches. No, not when you have this maniac. Like he literally looks like all the blood has rushed to his head. Maniac. You've isolated her brother. You've isolated Margaret, Melissa. Dolores is the only one that's staying around, and I hope Dolores is another pick me. I hope Dolores has a fucking her good eye on Louis and her homegirl since she was a teenager. I hope so because he has effectively isolated Teresa, and if Teresa doesn't come back next season, she will be in full isolation. We won't even get to have a camera scene with being able to identify him abusing her because that's what's going to happen next. I'm telling you, that marriage to Louis Ruelas is not going to last very long. He's completely isolated her. And I hope Gia is another fucking pick me. Gia, y'all over there giving two cheek kisses to fucking Louis Ruelas, and he's harming your mother. He's abusing your mother. The way that he acts, that energy, the house is very stressed. The children seem very stressed. I don't want them to suffer, but he seems like a person that is always on edge. Not necessarily that you have to walk on eggshells, but he's always on edge like that. Like, and you know how the motherfuckers, they be like, everybody's a fucking suspect. Everybody. Fucking paranoid ass motherfuckers full of powder. That's how he acts. He acts like a person who consistently sniffs cocaine. Yes. Yes. And he has to isolate everybody from Teresa because they're so bad for her. So Melissa's asking Joe like, "What's up? Are you happy with the situation?" I love this sweater. Both sweaters Melissa had on during this episode. She had on like an iridescent blue sweater, and this sweater right here that she has on, this knit sweater, is black, green, and pink. It's really cute. Melissa is so happy that Joe is like, I don't give a fuck now. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say to her. And when I tell you, Melissa, how you fell so flat for me, girl, I was like, you had an opportunity. Your husband has finally told you, say what the fuck you want to say to this bitch. You've been waiting years to cuss Teresa out. And all you did was, you white trash. I was like, you didn't get her. You didn't get her. Melissa fell flat for me. Sorry, Melissa. But that table without Teresa, even with Jennifer Aiden, the end minus Jackie. Jackie, you gotta go. You've really fucked up. If Teresa leaves, we're good. If Teresa leaves, I think they'll be okay. But the only thing I don't want Teresa to leave is because she will be completely alone with Louis, and I don't think he's a safe person. I don't give a fuck about Teresa. Like, I don't really care. Teresa's not my favorite cast member by far. I think she's a dumb, ditzy goofball. Like, I don't think she's smart. I think she's extremely shallow. I think she just like bullheaded. She doesn't ever apologize. She thinks everybody is against her. She doesn't take accountability for herself. She's just whack to me. And Melissa says it just feels so good to finally say that it's over. Like, he's like, I don't care. It's like, at this point, say whatever the fuck you want to say. And so at the dinner, Melissa really fell flat to me when it came to her going back and forth with Teresa. After Danielle threw the whatever she threw at Jennifer, Teresa was like, be, like, no violence and this and that. Like, y'all can't do that. And then she was like, who do you think they learned this shit from? Right? You prostitution whore. You're never gonna live it down. Who do you think they learned this shit from? Tearing the place up. They learned it from you, Teresa. How many times has Teresa tore some shit up? How many times has it been some shit torn up? So that Melissa fell flat for me at the dinner. I was like, Melissa. But Melissa's a good time girl. I think she would be good for the show, continuing on with the show. Her husband is a good time boy. Like, they're the good time couple. People actually have fun with them. Rachel and Danielle are perfect for the show. Keep them. I say keep everybody at the table except for Jackie and Teresa. Jackie can go. Dolores is showing up at Rail. She looks incredible. Dolores is a bad bitch. So everybody starts showing up. Fessler starts showing up because Fessler and Dolores are hosting the event. So Rachel Fuda shows up in her mob wife. She was like, I'm going to give mob wives realness. I think it's perfect. Here comes Danielle. Danielle looks okay. I'm really upset with Danielle that she lost her cool with Jennifer, because saying that your man has boobs, fine, but and your man has boobs in his face and they're not yours. See, and then like you, the way that Dolores was like, when you say stuff about our men, because we a bunch of pick-me's, you can say whatever you want about us, but as soon as you start digging on our husbands, that's when we're gonna jump across the table. That's some weak shit. If you're gonna talk about my husband, I'm gonna talk about yours. Your husband has his dick in somebody else in the pool house while you in the house. Now what else? Now what else? My husband got boobs. Maybe your husband can do surgery on my husband's boobs. Here comes Margaret. Margaret says she's coming through. She's giving Hungarian assassin realness. Say, come through, Margaret. Margaret's my girl. I don't care what y'all said. They show Margaret and Jackie footage, hugging Jackie and telling Jackie, consoling Jackie about her situation with Teresa. I'm giving Hungarian assassin vibes. Here comes Jackie. Okay, who is this? Here comes Jennifer. Jennifer looks cute in her Versace. When Jennifer said, y'all was dressed for a funeral, I came to party. Jennifer's a mess. Jennifer did good at this table. She did. She really did good because Danielle let herself go. And then, I'll allow her back. I want her out of here. They were telling the producers, I want her out of here. So they all sit down, and Teresa's the last one to show up. Teresa's sitting across from Margaret. She does not want to sit across from Margaret. She was like, all of that will be on her, basically. Bitch, when they show Margaret's old face, I'm so glad Margaret got a facelift. I was like, ooh, Margaret's face was really sagging. She did good getting a facelift. So they're all sitting around. So far, this is going very well. And then here comes Teresa. She doesn't want to sit across from Margaret. You're going to end up wearing that, so I'm going to try to control yourself. It's not easy to be here. As a group, we're so divided. Say how you feel. Try to say it like a lady. There's going to be an order. The only time I'm going to step in is when I think the point has been made. Jen and Danielle, you have the floor. Teresa's trying to find her proof. The way that Jennifer is acting like she didn't push that girl, look at yourself first. Jennifer's like, and then Jennifer tells Danielle, I know you can't afford it. You came into my house. You want my life. She was like, girl, I do not want your life. See, that's when a bitch tells you that you want my life, girl, you have to lay her flat. You got to lay her down, bitch. When a bitch tells you, listen to me when I tell you, I'm going to give you some advice. When a bitch tells you, you jealous of me, you want my life, you have to lay her down, bitch. Nothing. Take it to the gutter to let that bitch know I don't want nothing you have. I feel so sorry for you. Danielle tells her. Jennifer goes, you want my life. You want my life. You came in my house talking about this is what I want. Girl, she was just bigging you up. You got 18 fucking restrooms. Your house is empty. And then she said, and see, she goes, and for somebody who doesn't talk to their family, you're one that always has to find friends and family. Your house is empty. You got 18 bathrooms. She was like, my house is full of love. No, maybe the pool house is full of love. See, that's the reason that, see, Danielle wasn't getting with Jennifer the way I wanted. Jennifer was getting with Danielle. You want my life. When she told her, I don't want nothing of your life. You're a person who is on the outs with both your mother and father. You don't have no family. So you run around trying to make friends out of family. That's what she told her. Now you should have told her, bitch, and you're still with your husband because you like your portly ass mama who wouldn't leave your raggedy ass, musty ass, tired ass father. See, you don't know enough. And that's why you need to watch the show. So you could know enough about her to drag her down. Are you talking to your mother, Jennifer? You're not talking to your mother because you went up for your father instead of for your mother, right? You took your father's side. Right. So look at your ass. Look at your ass. Your man stays in the pool house. He don't want to be in the house. 18 bathrooms in it. He don't even want to be in there. He spends time in the smallest house that y'all have on your lot. Your big house, and you in there by yourself. All your kids stressed out, having nothing to do, sitting around gossiping all day. You don't have shit to do. That's why your husband works. See, and then Danielle should have said what her husband said. Why do you think Bill works long hours? Why do you think he stays in the pool house? Look at his wife. That's what you should have said. Your husband doesn't even back you up. Your husband is sitting inside while you're outside arguing with bitches. He's sitting inside eating food. You are sad, and I know you want to cry. That's what Danielle said. I know you cry alone in your home. You couldn't touch what I have. My husband waits at home. She said, yeah, your husband with the boobs and you with the brawn. Bitch, when I tell you Danielle went across that table, you're a clown. I know when I go home, my husband's waiting for me. Your husband with the boobs and you got the brawn, honey. She said, cut it out. You're the queen of this shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. They learn from the best. White trash. That's Melissa. I'm Antonia's mom. I'm going to let her know you called me a whore. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. What is Antonia gonna do? Teresa don't give a fuck about them people. That family shit is that she don't go by that. Dolores says, don't go crying. Girl, you know Dolores do not like a crybaby ass bitch. She was like, why did you do that? She's like, Teresa, this is not the fucking time. You let her be hurt for a second. She was like, you see what Margaret's fucking doing to me? She said, bitch, it's not about you right now. It's about me. I'm saying don't get violent. This is what Teresa's saying. I'm saying don't get violent. So they come back. You're going to go to the bathroom. You're going to dry your eyes. You're going to get yourself together. She's in the bathroom like sobbing, pissed. Shouldn't have thrown anything, Margaret says. Pull yourself together. She's so fucking dirty, bro. My whole thing, if you know that you're fighting with a dirty pig, you're about to get dirty. If you feel she's dirty and low down, you have to get lower. Some of these bitches love to roll around in the mud. Jennifer Fessler was like, I'm out. I can't deal with this. This is disgusting. This level. Y'all throwing shit, glass on the floor. I don't want to be around this. It's fucking gross. Yeah, Jennifer left. Jennifer Fessler was, I'm out of here. You smash glass or break bread. Okay, let's see. Danielle comes back. They had a camera in the bathroom. So it was up to Jennifer if Danielle could stay. And it pisses me off because they didn't get a chance to have a reunion to say that Jennifer pushed her and that's why she hit her. So now it looks like Danielle hit her and then came at her like this is the second time. The first time it was a reaction. The second time it was a reaction to words, and that's why we're like, okay, you should have controlled yourself a bit more. After that woman pushed you, I was fine with Danielle slapping the shit out of what's her name on the side of the head. I didn't have any problem with that. And Jennifer acting like she cares about this is the irony. You act like you care about somebody saying, who is this woman? She can't be in the VIP when you just used your wealth, your husband's wealth, as a dig towards her. I know you can't afford it. You hit her with that. I know you want my life. You came in my house and was like, I want a house like this. Girl, that gaudy ass shit, people just say that because they don't have nothing else to say. Oh my God, this is beautiful. I would love to live here. Girl, no. 18 bathrooms. Now she's looking at Danielle like she feels sorry for her. Maybe Teresa wants to say something to me. I don't have nothing to say to you. You know exactly what you've been doing. 5 of the women came to my home and I showed them in black and white the truth. I have the facts. I go on facts too, Margaret says. And I'm going to give you the facts. March of 2022, after you guys spoke to her, is the first time I ever spoke to the ex. Yeah, when was New York? 2022, right? When was New York? Last season? Dolores is saying Margaret is lying again. I don't understand. If you met in 2022, I met her in 2022, but Teresa has been saying since 2019 that she's been talking to this woman. It sounds like Margaret met the woman after all the shit, like she said, in 2022. Isn't that when they filmed last season? Because it ended in 2023. So they filmed it in 2022. So I don't know. Y'all explain it to me. I didn't get that part because Dolores is saying that Margaret lied again. And I was like, lied about what? It feels like the timelines is matching up. Y'all let me know. You're lying. She won't let her speak. Teresa will not let Margaret speak. My whole thing is, first of all, I don't know where in the United States, I don't know what state a judge would issue a subpoena and the person not show up and not issue a failure to appear or a bench warrant for your arrest because you've been subpoenaed. That means you must show up. You don't, I don't know. Y'all let me know. The lawyers out there and the people who do send out subpoenas and stuff, you let me know if a person can decline a subpoena, can decline to show up after the court has subpoenaed them. You let me know. Because I'm wondering, does Margaret have a warrant out for her arrest? She got subpoena in 2021, right? It doesn't matter. She's lying. She says she met her in 2022. You don't have my whole thing is you don't have proof that she was talking to her and she never showed up in court. Why didn't you show up in court, and why hasn't she been issued a bench warrant or a failure to appear? In 2021, I never spoke to her. In 2022, I spoke to her. After you guys spoke to her, I spoke to her. I have the timeline, Teresa says. And then Jennifer Aiden's like, if the facts are on your side, it doesn't matter what she says. Just let her say whatever she wants to say. She said, how would you feel if I had Vanessa at my house? When I tell you, here go Jackie. There was no spirit. Let me tell you something, Teresa. If anybody was meeting to do a smear campaign against Louis, he deserved it. Like this idea that Louis can go out. First of all, you're a fan and you're coming on the show. We don't know you from Adam, and you're doing background checks on everybody. Why? So that you can isolate this dumb woman who is a fucking pick me. And if there's a dick in proximity, she gets dumber. And so now you can convince her and influence her and then isolate her. And now you have a house where you're walking on eggshells, you paranoid piece of shit. And this woman is wasting away, but she's not going to admit that she's wasting away because everything is fine. We're better than ever. She's taking a page out of fucking Stewie Darby's book, Down to Potomac. We're better than ever. And your man is on the internet propositioning motherfuckers to suck they dicks. Yeah, Stewie caught a stray. but it's the same energy. You're a disgusting human being with no soul. Jackie says it was a takedown. My thing is, why does anybody think that it's not warranted? A takedown of Louis Ruelas is warranted. He came on this show investigating everybody. We don't even know who the fuck this nigga is. He came out of nowhere, a fucking fan that found Teresa. And now he's coming here saying that everybody is against you and you're taking it. I just, girl, stop. A dumb fucking ditzy stupid bimbo broad. That's exactly what fucking Teresa Giudice is. Ruelas. And my thing, you have daughters, Gen Z daughters, Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha daughters, and they're operating like this, and they're allowing their mother to operate in this fashion for a fucking man. They're talking about Louis. Louis investigating everybody. He needs to be taken down. The fact that anybody thinks that it's out of order to meet before a reunion is ridiculous. Of course we're going to meet. Did you ever think that your husband isn't forthcoming with information? Your husband isn't forthcoming about his past. Bitch, don't talk about my husband. It is not your fucking place to talk about my fucking husband. And then Teresa goes, fucking. You talked about my husband first. You don't even fucking know your husband, bitch. That's the fucking problem. You sticking up for a man this hard and you don't even fucking know him. That shit pisses me off when you women do that. If his ex-wife is coming out and saying this is what he's capable of doing, what makes you think that you are about to have a different dining experience and the chef is running amok in the back, and you think you're going to have a different dining experience, Teresa? 5 years. I give them 5 years. Maybe it might go longer because, like I said, Teresa is the type of woman who has so much ego that she cannot admit that she is wrong. Also a Taurus, so forget about it. Maybe she wants to say something relevant. She won't let her talk because she knows what she's about to say. Jackie had Vanessa at her fucking house. Dolores was like, everybody. Yes, bitch. Yeah. Jackie, Judas, Ghost Schneider. Jackie, Judas, Ghost Schneider. You the one. You had that lady at your house in 2021 before I even contacted her. And then Jackie sat up there and lied and was like, no, why would you say that? Why would you say that? And then Melissa was like, girl, if Margaret is saying it, basically, you might as well come clean because she definitely has proof. Margaret is not saying anything without proof. So Jackie had Vanessa, Louis' ex-wife, at her house to come up to try to get information on Louis. So in case she comes out against Evan, she can come out against Louis. So this whole time, and Jackie is really Judas because she was sitting there while Margaret was being blamed for all this and not saying a word, and even tried to break away from Margaret. Of her hating you. I said, send me the timeline and the screenshots. And she sent them the exact date, February 25th, 2021. She befriended her. I did not. Jackie, can I say one thing? Had you met with the ex before this, before you were friends? No, obviously. She's asking if you had her at your house. She was like, no. She was like, I'm sure there's proof. You might as well come clean. She grabs Teresa's shoulder. I met with her. Teresa, huh? Jackie, everybody. Jennifer's face, Danielle's face. I'm glad you know because I was afraid that you were going to find out. Then she goes to Margaret, shut the fuck up. No, bitch, you shut the fuck up. Cocksucking bitch. How the fuck you gonna sit here and have me take the scapegoat for your raggedy, musty ass, bitch? You the one met with her, bitch. The whole world was weighing in on whether or not my husband was cheating on me, Teresa and Jennifer. were trying to get information, trying to get pictures of women. And here comes this woman, hey, I got something for you to put in your pocket. So if Teresa was to say to me, your husband did this, well, I could say your husband did this. That was the game that we were playing. Margaret said, you're a fucking skank. You invited this woman to your home. You're a fucking lawyer. You know how to do it all. You leak shit and everything. Jennifer said, we asked you. And I said, no. You lie. Do you know about any of this, Jackie? Jackie, you're the only one that would know about this. No, she's never told me anything. Bitch, it was you this whole fucking time, bitch. Talk about a fucking plot twist. Shout out to Margaret. This is before the Warrior video came out. But you're the one that got subpoenaed. But you subpoenaed the wrong bitch. I had nothing to do with it. I swear on my son's life, I would never put anything out about you into the media. What else have you put in the media, you little fucking skank? Margaret's getting her. Get her, Margaret. Swear on my life. Teresa and Jackie. Jackie just admitted something to you. Are you okay with it? She was like, I'm fine with it. Everybody's like, what? You fine with it? What? And that's okay. That's okay. Oh God, Melissa, shut up with the sprinkle cookies already. I'm not surprised that Jackie talked to this person. The fact that everybody is sitting at that table saying, you know, Teresa is slow and she hasn't put it together yet. That's basically what they said. She can't process right away. She's going to have to sit down and somebody's going to have to draw for her a picture. Jennifer Aiden, that's really fucked up. You took Margaret's fucking MO and went way over her head. I don't think she's really putting it together. Jennifer and Melissa are agreeing. That's major. I feel like Teresa is giving a pass to Jackie because she doesn't want to admit that Margaret was wrong. That's exactly what it is. And that's the reason why Teresa is going to stay in that marriage longer than she should. She's going to have to get sick before she leaves that relationship with Louis. You get that, a person like that. And you know what? We didn't get to see the footage of whatever was happening with Teresa and Louis with this money situation. They did not show that this season, but in the trailer they showed a clip of Teresa in her fucking house, in the beginning of the house. Danielle's telling her, this is who you allowed in your circle. You were with Margaret, not to that level, girl. Not the way that you let this one in. She was like, you didn't tell me that. She was like, I didn't know until last week. Her whole posture was like, she did. I've never had anything to do with her again. That's fine. She's fine with it. You don't have to keep explaining yourself. Here's Dolores. Dolores is done with Jackie because you've gone against her friend. And all this time, y'all were making it seem like it was Dolores's homegirl. And Dolores was probably really having a battle with that. She's shitting right now. She needs a fucking diaper in the car, Dolores says. She's walking like this. Her butt is sunk in like this. And she's walking like this. How did Bo Dietl not investigate her? It's always the sneakiest ones. They're not on the radar. I'll call you later. Let me tell you how Margaret got Rachel Fuda and motherfucking Danielle. What's Danielle's last name? Spedigintes? I don't know. Danielle Spedigintes and fucking Rachel Fuda is in Marg's fucking pocket right now. We can flip Jennifer Aiden. If Jennifer Aiden, we can flip because Dolores is already friends with Margaret. Rachel and Danielle, cool. Melissa, cool. We just got to get Jennifer to flip. And if Jennifer comes back, if they keep Jennifer, she will definitely flip her, and Margaret probably will have slight tension because of Teresa. But I think that overall they can actually coexist and it'll be fine for them to still have their little bickering because that's always been Jennifer and Margaret's kind of relationship, because I believe Jennifer and Margaret are literally the same person, just a younger and old. She's Margaret the third. Okay. When I tell you, there's a video review where I describe Margaret and Jennifer Aiden as two devils on a tennis court. And all you got to do is just watch and figure out which devil you're going to root for. Nobody's innocent in this motherfucker. Nobody. Just pick your poison, and that's who you go with. They're showing a recap of all their fun times together. Bitch, it was so funny when Dolores reached over the table and got that. Whose cosmopolitan is that you just got off the table and started drinking from somebody's glass? That's how you know a bitch is stressed out. You just pick up anybody's glass and start drinking from it, girl. I don't know whose cosmopolitan this is. It's to the top. I'm about to drink it. She drank most of it. She looks good as fuck. As a death. Yeah, it's the end of an era. Yeah. I think if they bring everybody back and leave Teresa and Jackie, they will be fine. But the only thing is for Teresa's safety, I really want Teresa. I don't care about Teresa, but for her safety, she needs to be on the show for her safety. I truly believe that Louis Ruelas is a very dangerous person, unhinged, paranoid human being. And he's always, they try to act like they're so peaceful and zen, but he's always like up here, and you can look at him and tell he can't even have enough composure to be regulated. He always looks like he just got finished hitting rails in the bathroom. So that's what it always looks like to me. And those kind of guys, paranoid, high strung, always up, like that's what Louis gives me. And I don't think that Teresa is a, I don't know when is Louis's birthday, but Teresa is an earth sign. That kind of stuff, she can't, she will waste away. And she's the type of woman who will not admit that, oh, you made a fucking bad choice. Not only that, you've isolated all your friends. Oh, I think he's on the cusp of a Taurus. When's his birthday? Wait. He's a 23rd. So he is a ooh, he's like Taurus Aries, girl. Good luck. It's giving more fire than it is earth. It is giving more fire. Like you can look at him and tell, but Teresa looks a mess. I'm sorry. She looks very thin. I don't know how she's looking now because this was, months ago, but they did a reunion, side reunion. I don't know if that's going to come out next week. And they went back to rails, and then they watched the last episode, and they said they were disappointed because they didn't show a lot. They cut out a lot. um I imagine that because this says uncensored on this episode here, maybe next week they will show more. I don't know. Maybe they'll include, I don't know what they're going to do. But like I said, for me, the whole entire cast can come back. I don't care if Teresa comes back, but I feel like Teresa needs to be on TV for her safety. I truly, truly believe that. Jackie Goldschneider, you can go. You, when the way that you was walking, she was walking, and then when she got to the corner, because the girls were around the corner, when she got to the corner where the cars were picking the girls up, she backed up. Show her little butt scooted back. Girl, yes. The walk of shame, bitch. And I am it was such a fucking cherry on top for the way that you went against Margaret from the beginning. And it was you, bitch. And that shows you how even more fucked up Jackie is, because you and Margaret were like this. She went up for you every time Teresa was coming after you. Margaret also cared about Teresa, and this is the reason why she was doing these checks on this guy. If Margaret has the connection to do the checks on this guy who just met you walking across the street, no, you just randomly met him, and then his sister, and we find out that his sister is also a fan of yours. And it's like, it was almost like the sister was like, go get her, she's not that smart. You can get in there, and you can become a part of that family, and you can get on television. She is a fucking pick me. Any motherfucker who gives her attention, she is going to latch on to, marry in a short amount of time, and then isolate all her. This is a classic situation. The way that he was going on, Marge this, Melissa this, Rachel this, Danielle this, just going off everybody, all the people who actually care about her and her well-being, and will call someone out when she's being mistreated by them. He's removing them from around her. Classic, 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 classic isolation, so that he can start abusing her. And that's the only reason why I would want Teresa to come back, is so that she can be safe, because there will be other people in the house to watch him. That's it. So that's all I have to say. New Jersey is one of my favorite franchises. So I hope they come back. And again, like I say, I think everybody should come back. The only person that I think should be given their white box and pink slip, shout out to Rodney the Voice, is motherfucking Jackie Judas Goldschneider. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.